Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, our Kings, Dalton Smith. Valuable rounds in there tonight. Although I know maybe frustration for maybe yourself that you didn't get him out of there, but I think going into these big fights now at world level, that will be a massive positive for you in there tonight.
Yeah, it was good, and I remember obviously we was in the corner. After the second round, I thought, right, I'm gonna get him. But obviously he got on his bike a little bit. Like I say, a good runner, better runner than me. But yeah, it was just good to get the rounds in. I stayed composed. Could have pushed the gas a little bit in the mid rounds, but like you say, I needed those rounds. I've not gone past 6 rounds in the last 4 or 5 fights. So, that's what I needed pushing into fighting for a world title.
One thing I noticed about you when it got to like 6, 7, 8, and you approached them championship rounds, you didn't look tired. You weren't blowing. I know you're not supposed to be anyway, but you looked like extremely fit for this fight. Like you could have carried on going and going and going. Is that how you felt in there? You didn't fatigue at all through any part of the rounds?
No, like obviously, I felt like I could apply the pressure a little bit more, but that was nothing to do with fitness. It was just like I was composed. Like you said, rounds 11 and 12, I was just enjoying it in there. Applied the pressure, but it's hard when you've got someone so negative, very negative, and but I thought, you know what, I'll break him down, but I nearly got him out of there.
This fight was labelled as almost like a banana skin. Like you didn't really have to take this fight, but you did, and you had a lot of noise, a lot of support in there for you tonight. Is this almost the perfect setup now to make that jump for Alberto Puello? Yeah,
definite. Obviously another great fight night in my hometown. There was noisy. It was hostile. But yeah, like I said, them rounds are valuable. And when I fight for the world title next, you're gonna see the best of me.
Spoke to Eddie Hearn on a couple of occasions now. It seems the relationship between Matchroom, PBC is good, and that they can make fights happen. They can begin talks. How good is that for yourself, obviously, with DAZN as well backing you? You're in a really good spot now.
Really good spot, and for me, Matchroom's the best promotional team out there. They've guided me well, and like I said, I feel like I'm part of a family with Matchroom and DAZN. And I feel like they're going to be the ones who believe in me. They're going to put in the best for me and get me that world title shot. Obviously, I've come through the traditional route, had some great fights. And like I said, DAZN and Eddie and Matchroom, Frank Smith, my team, my dad, Sean O'Toole, they're going to be the ones. I've got a solid team.
A rival, but someone who's all linked to you all the time, Adam Azim, put a very respectful tweet out about your performance tonight. The counterpart, though, Ben Shalom, sort of doubled down and says, I like Dalton, but Adam stops him, etc. Is that sort of, you think from his side, a bit bitter? Obviously, we know everyone was sort of vying for your signature at that time, and you ended up with Matchroom. But what do you make of that? Because you've been together, haven't you? I think in Saudi Arabia, you spoke to each other in an interview.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Respect to Adam. Like you say, he's boxing. Look, we'll fight when we fight, you know what I mean? And we're not just going to blast people out. He's going to get these fights, fighting Claggett next to Matthew Germain's beat twice. And I'm not going to jump on Twitter and be like, oh, you're fighting the guy who's been beat twice by the guy who I beat me. Do you know what I mean? It's petty shit. It's just Ben Shalom's just an arsehole, isn't he? He's like a little girl. And obviously I'll see him tomorrow, so we'll see how his energy is then. But he probably might have a little bit if he's got 2 bouncers next to him.
Well, look, let me ask you finally, it's been a terrific night for you. You're well able now to go and challenge on that world stage. It could be an extremely good week for the gym. You've got Liam Cameron there fighting tomorrow against a rematch with Ben Whittaker. How sort of excited now that your job's done, that you can sort of sit back and watch, and obviously from your point of view, fingers crossed he gets the job done?
Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be another, we're very confident in Liam. He's had a great camp. And I obviously respect Ben. We're friends from boxing, but boxing's business. And obviously Liam's our guy, and I'm confident he's going to go and get the win. So yeah, obviously it was hard because I wanted to, keep in touch with Liam, make sure he's all right and stuff like that. But he's like I say, he's the Sheffield Rocky. He can handle himself. Obviously I got the job done tonight, and like I said, we're on to tomorrow for Liam.
Well, look, I'll see you down there tomorrow. Congrats on tonight. Fingers crossed we get an announcement on that world title shot very soon.
Fingers crossed.